favorite memory of being a Red Raider, wearing a Red Raider jersey, and like, what name one game or a highlight of it?
My favorite memory of being a Red Raider. There's a lot, but I guess if I'd have to narrow it down, it would be just a pregame, getting ready for battle, putting on the pads, the uniform, and doing our pregame rituals, whether it be, a prayer or taping up, just the sights and the smells of the locker room, the field. There's no other feeling like getting ready for me, especially coming out of Kahuku. When you play, there's a sense of purpose and pride.
This week is homecoming week, and at the time when you was playing, what was the hype around homecoming week? What separated that homecoming game from all the other games?
Homecoming week, well, for starters, it's always we got the cheer fest, and there's always that bitter rivalry between the classes, the freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and in that rivalry, you actually get closer as a class. I remember from being in ninth grade all the way to my senior year. All the way to the homecoming court, the motorcades. I think my junior year we were down by 2 touchdowns to McKinley, and I can remember going into the locker room and Coach Fatu, he really let the team have it, and being that it was homecoming and we were down by 2 touchdowns, it really would not been a fun atmosphere if we lost. We ended up coming back and winning, beating McKinley, I think 21-14 after being down 14-0 in the first half. So just, that's like a storybook, something out of a movie, to be down by 2 touchdowns and come back, turn it around in the second half. So, that to me was a memorable homecoming.
Advice for the Red Raider boys for this season, but not only for them, but the little Red Raiders that they're from the mainland, the alumni in the mainland, their kids. I mean, if they want to be in this program, what they gotta expect, what kind of advice you can give to them.
My advice for the Red Raider Nation. Wherever you go, I mean, I know our Kahuku ties run far, even farther than out of this state. I know we're all over the mainland, and Kahuku has a reputation, legacy, tradition. My advice to those kids is to just be consistent, stay on task. It all starts within the home. If you can get things done at home, then everything else will take care of itself.
What does it mean to be a Red Raider? I mean, how has it impacted your life after graduating from this program?
Well, I'm 10 years out of high school now, and it still feels like I graduated just yesterday, but I can take a lot of things that I learned from playing at Kahuku and apply them to my daily routine. One thing I picked up was consistency and quality and consistency from Coach Shiwaki. He pressed those 2 words. He made a big impression with those 2 words about me and my teammates. So just going to practice every day. You know, even though there's days that you don't want to, it's just like having a job. You don't want to do it, but you got to. And you know, in being consistent, you have to give your best, efforts, and that's where quality comes in. So you can be coming every day, but if you're not giving your best, then it's all for nothing. So, and I think that's still being passed down to the youth, even now through Coach Reggie and the other coaches as they continue the tradition at Kahuku.
At the time, like a lot of kids, they don't know what NFL is, so they look up to Kahuku football players. And while growing up, who was some of the former Red Raiders that you looked up to?
Oh, I could give you a list of 100 names. I remember growing up in Laie and just pretending to be Marka Tuwaya, Itula Mili, Ryan Otoa, Mike Lunga. There's a bunch of names that could go on. And even at the games as a youth, a lot of us wouldn't be watching the games. We'd be playing our own game on the side by the bleachers. So there's a lot of role models that come out of Kahuku, and just being in that environment, when you're growing up, you get that itch, and I guess as you mature, and football is everything on this side. If you don't know about Kahuku, then you'd have to be from a different planet.
One of your biggest, hardest practice, do you remember, of homecoming? Like, you played there all 4 years. So is there like one practice that stands out during homecoming week? Why did that particular practice stand out for you? And what were you guys getting ready for?
I would have to say the hardest practice would be the last week of practice. My senior year, knowing that it would be the last time we'd ever played together. We played St. Louis in the last prep bowl. And playing with these guys since I was a freshman, all the way to our senior year and making it to the big game. Being that we were nationally ranked and St. Louis was nationally ranked, just throughout that week, I remember Monday, everybody telling us this is our last Monday practice together, and Tuesday, everybody say the same thing, all the way till Thursday. We just repeating this our last practice together, and unfortunately we didn't win. We lost, I think about 8 points, but. Aside from that loss, just counting down the days to not being with the boys as a whole was one of the hardest things. And it's that camaraderie that you look forward to. Even now, I try to look for other leagues to play in, or whether it be rugby or semi-pro or even dancing. I fulfill that itch through doing those things, getting the camaraderie with, a group of guys and being able to perform, or, just fulfill that, instant gratification.
I like that. Yeah. For some of the boys that not naturally talented, you probably had some around the time when you were playing. Did you see the quality of hard work in them as much as you see in the talented kids at the time?
Of course, I'm one of those kids. I'm not an All-American. I'm not All-State. I was always the chubby kid that was always picked last in dodgeball. I actually got cut my freshman year by Coach Doug Simonis. And I tried out as running back because that's the only position that I knew of, you know, growing up. That everybody knows the running back, so I wanted to be a running back. But he slashed my dreams and cut me. And Coach Fatu, he brought me on as a defensive lineman. And I can remember practicing for the defensive lineman for 1 week, which was Hell Week. And because the practices were very strenuous, the first and second string fullbacks got hurt. And in doing so, I got the call to come back and try out for fullback. And I ended up playing fullback all 4 years. And
didn't you earn a nickname while being in the Red Raider program?
I learned a lot. I earned a few nicknames that I'm not very fond of. One that kind of stuck was the bowling ball, and I don't know how that came to be, but Dr. Schlachter, I'll give credit to because he always yells that when I visit him at his office. But I think it's pretty much self-explanatory what a bowling ball does.
Yeah.
So we'll just leave it at that.